What's up? So today we are going to be looking at two-time NCAA champion, two-time Hodge Trophy winner, and Olympic champion Gable Steveson. Super excited to be making a video about Gable. I didn't make videos about Gable Steveson in the past because of two things. One, a lot of people don't really like learning from heavyweights unless they're really skilled. And this gets me into my second reason is because Gable Steveson was so skilled that people kind of saw him as something above human. But ever since he lost in the NCAA finals against Wyatt Hendrickson, I feel like he's lost some of that aura. Even though that was unfortunate from his point of view, the fortunate thing is we can just see him as another really elite wrestler who was really, really good when he was focused and in his prime. And now I feel like people are more in the mental space of like, okay, I can learn from this guy. I can do what he did. And what he was so good at is moving laterally, right? Snaps and lateral movement, not always feeling the need to go underneath in order to attack his opponent's legs. So let's get right into it. Him versus Mason Perez at Final X, and he was masterful at this, right? We're going to see so many clips. So snap, he gets weight on the hands better than anybody, never has to hit his knee. Now, does hitting your knee bad? No, but he doesn't have to hit his knee. Anytime you hit your knee, you typically, in general, right, when you hit your knee, in general, there's a higher risk of you giving up a counter or a reattack. When you go underneath your opponent, there's a higher chance of giving up a counter or a reattack. So in this video, you will see multiple examples of him hitting his knee. But because his footwork is actually good, he can move his feet laterally. He doesn't have to, yet he can still access the legs. So I have been on this crusade of trying to convince people, like, or just mission, I don't know what the right word to use, trying to convince people, hey man, we don't only have to attack legs. You have tie-up attacks, right? Beach wrestling type of attacks. My last video, which is early May, over 2.5 months ago, was about beach wrestling. But I know I'm not going to change people from focusing on legs, right? I can't undo all the years of all the other coaches preaching it and all those things. But what I can do is teach you how to attack legs in a safer manner. So you got just a small little fake, weight on the hands, and getting weight on the hands is something that you want to take seriously. That is a really, really good skill to have in this sport. So snap, moves his feet to the side. He hasn't hit his knee yet. There will be a few clips where he hit his knee, but he's not underneath his opponent, so it doesn't really matter. Almost like Ono, right? Ono always hits his knee, but because he's not underneath his opponent and he's on the side of him, it's still very safe. Again, he always notices, like either when you're leaning or he forces you to lean, or in this clip against Tony Cassiope, he gets Cassiope off balance by threatening the leg. Because of that, Cassiope's chest is all the way over, right? He's leaning over. He's not in a good stance. So now he snaps. And he likes snapping inside the elbow too. He'll do multiple different types of snaps, but he's really good at snapping inside the elbow. Regular snap there. I mean, anybody, if a 255-pound man can do this, then anybody, right, in 100 whatever pounder can do this as well, right? Rather it take a year to develop, 2 years, 6 months, doesn't matter. You can develop the ability to hit snap downs and move your feet laterally, side to side, and not just stay on the train tracks. If you're still watching the video, you will love one of my new books, Making Leg Attacks as Low Risk as Possible, How to Become an Offensive Machine Without Becoming a Defensive Liability, where I have 36 QR codes embedded in the book. So as you are reading the book, you can also follow along. Some of the videos are public on YouTube and Instagram. A lot of the videos I made specifically for the book, right? So as you can see, I'm talking about it. If you go to earnyourgold.store, you will see the 3 books I currently have posted. You have a note section here. Currently have 3 books posted. We'll have 4 books posted, a 4th book posted soon. But I talk about in this video with Gable Steveson, chapter 3 of this book says you don't have to hit your knee. Chapter 4, get off the train tracks, talk about lateral movement. So if you like this video and the principles in this video, and you attack legs all the time, even regular leg attacks, to have everything on how to make them as low risk as possible. When we attack, we want to score points, but you definitely don't want the other guy to score points off of your offense. So check that out after you finish the video, and let's get back to it. Now that one, he did an inside reach, right? He didn't do his normal step and he lost control of the leg. Now he ended up going right back into another attack. But snap, well in the hands. But this time, typically he reaches with his outside hand and he steps with his outside leg. But he doesn't this time. Takes an inside step, an inside reach, which isn't bad, but to me, it's not the best route to go most of the time. There will be, I'm sure, some cases, almost like an elbow pass, high crotch. There will be some cases where it makes sense. Now, I really like this. I talk about it a lot. For you guys who follow me on Instagram, you already know I posted it in June, but I haven't really been posting anything for the past month or so. But what he does, I talk about a lot in my book, How to Create or Become a Pressure-Heavy Wrestler, which isn't the focus of this video, but I talk about the skill level shown. But notice how he pressures into Don Bradley. Pressures into him, pressures again, and then when he feels that weight, he snaps, get weight on the hands, and then attacks the legs without getting out of position. And chapter 8 of that book is called Beating the Hands, which is just me focusing on getting weight on the hands. Now look at this example. He snaps, his opponent gets off balance, doesn't go down to his hands. And then to cover that distance, quickly kind of knee slid in, hit a shot just to make sure he closed the distance. Again, right here, we know he was never in danger in this clip of giving up a reattack. It was necessary to cover that distance for him to hit his knee. But right here, Tony Cassiope isn't in position to really reattack him, right? He's completely, he's not underneath the hips at all. He's in a very safe position. And that's what I've been focusing on. Getting guys to be, everything really stems from my first book, trying to get guys to be more offensive. And how can you convince, a lot of wrestlers are just risk averse, right? And my second book, Making Leg Attacks as Low Risk as Possible, is really in addition to this book, because becoming a pressure heavy wrestler and constantly bending your opponent's face, constantly, I don't want to say pushing the pace, but it's going to look like pushing the pace, because pace and pressure go hand in hand. I'll talk about it in the books. But if people feel like the only attack I have is a leg attack, and whenever I shoot, there's a good chance of me giving up points. They don't want to give up points, right? They don't want to get stuck underneath when they're already tired, and now they're fighting super hard for a stalemate. So this is one of those things. Snap, Cassiope tries to force an attack. Gable, just great footwork, man. Never even has to have to hit his knee. Only does it when it's necessary. Again, same thing. Snap. Right to the leg, man. And the good thing about this type of attack is if you miss it, who cares? Who cares if you miss it? It's no big deal. Snap. Fake snap. Fake again. Snap again. His opponent completely off balance. Nice snatch single. Easy. Always snapping, always faking, always doing something, threatening the leg. I mean, his movement is super, super elite. This is him versus Wyatt Henderson, I believe. Steps in. Wyatt pivots over. He has that hand to the mat, so he's going to attack that same side leg. Very simple type of attacks. The amount of heel toe knee or step toe knee people do, you should be doing just as many as these type of attacks, right? Snap, attacks the leg. If you feel like you're gonna be off balance, right? He's kind of extended right here. Taps his knee real quick, get in better position, go right back to finishing it. Doesn't stay down on his knee. Perfect. Another perfect clip. Him versus Colton Schultz. Snap. Weight on the hands. Right. Chases hamstring. Goes in there for the takedown. NCAA Finals. His first title. No, this was his second title, I believe. I think he beat Mason Paris with his first title. But as soon as the match starts, snap, chases, leg, sits him down. I mean, he's going to snap, take a dolly, tries to shoot off the snap, gets his leg back, chases hamstring. His ability to move side to side is massive. I cannot reiterate that enough. I know most people have clicked off already, but the ones who haven't, you really want to learn. I know it's redundant, but if I could show you guys 2 clips and have you guys really believe in it, I would, right? It would save me a lot of time having to find all these clips and screen record them. But sometimes people just need as much proof as possible. So that's what I'm trying to provide here. And I've seen so many elite wrestlers who are really good, even quick guys who are stuck on train tracks. They can just move forward. They cannot move side to side at a high level. Weight in the hands, and it's so low risk. I have had an obsession with low risk attacks for pretty much this year. Catches the leg, keeps moving his feet, gets a takedown, and last one tries to do a hip toss. A similar thing as the Wyatt Hendrickson thing. He ended up doing some cartwheel that guys doing freestyle don't really care about that. So this guy, Tanner Hall, who was an All-American, ends up defending the hip toss by circling away from it. But look, on that hand, he's going to chase on that side, catch the leg, pulls himself in, right? Ends up in great position to score, does end up scoring. So thank you for staying to the end of the video. Don't forget, I know I kind of mentioned them a lot throughout the video, but these 2 books, if you like this video, you will like this one. I will get this one, right? This one goes over like what we talked about a little bit more in depth, but this one is a nice, like, in addition to this one. This one's an entire, like, resource from taking somebody from the beginning to the end of their wrestling journey, how they should wrestle. And this is a little bit more like specific on leg attacks. This just goes over low risk leg attacks, what to do when you're stuck in bad positions from a leg attack, as grip shot recovery, short drags when you're stuck in the front headlock, the ono snap, right? Just anything when you attack legs, how can you make that as low risk as possible? How can you minimize, like I said, it's called how to become an offensive machine without becoming a defensive liability. So, yeah, and see you guys in the next video.